So, bought another Bel Air. Now, as of recently, we picked up this 55 Nomad behind me and started working on it. And in the process of things, even though we had said we didn't need to make any more purchases, my father continued to look on Craigslist and found a pretty good priced Bel Air 55 two-door post. And we called the guy on it, and he basically told us that there were so many people calling that he did not want to dedicate, I guess, one way or the other. He wouldn't take a deposit. He wouldn't say yes or no, or no, I'm not going to hold it. It was a first come, first served basis, and that's understandable. And he had stated that since he wouldn't hold it, we would have a very short window to get down there and at least look at it. We were pretty sure from the ad that we wanted to buy it rather. And we talked to him, and he stated that we had to be there by the next day. And, it was in Oklahoma compared to where we're at now. I think it was like a 5.5 hour drive. Plus we had to go get the money out of the bank. So had to wait till the bank to open, and then had to rent a trailer because both of our trailers are full of crap. So it was a pretty quick trip. Got up there, checked the car out, and ultimately decided to buy it. So we strapped it down, brought it home, unloaded it, and now I'm in the process of cleaning out the shop, which has a lot of stuff that is not shop related in it. A lot of leftover items from my house whenever I was remodeling it, including some custom ordered tongue and groove, photography prop for my wife, the couch rather, a bunch of sheet metal for this truck, not to mention half my lights don't work, and most of my tools are on the ground there instead of in the box where it needs to be, boxes. So now it's a matter of trying to clean the shop, eliminate everything that doesn't belong in here, and make room for the car. Now, I did document the trip to get the car, so that's what's going to follow this to, I guess, make the first official video of the build. I want to document what we do with it, how we do it, and kind of roughly how long it takes. So that's what the series is going to be. A lot of the stuff that I try and find for the car, I can't. There's not a whole lot of good Try-Fi videos for what I need, and most of that's how this part installs, whether it be chrome or just here recently I had trouble figuring out what rag joint I needed for the steering column in this Nomad, and I had to do a lot of research on it, and eventually had to email the people that sold me the steering column because I bought an eBay brand steering column. Yeah, that's going to go in my 57, by the way. I don't trust it in this car. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, to follow us the trip, the look around of the car, the general overview of the car, and some of the stuff that came with it. We got a whole trunk full of stuff. We got a bed full of stuff. And the car itself was full of stuff, including the seats. Now, the seats were nothing more than just the wires, basically, but still yet, I mean, those are getting expensive these days. So, yeah, check it out.
We know from here to here and probably up to there.
Yeah.
But I think we can reach up in there and get a bunch of that shit out.
picked up yesterday. I had to drive all the way to Oklahoma to grab it. It was kind of a last minute deal because there were other people that wanted the car. But ultimately, it turned out to be a pretty solid deal. Tubular control arm, sway bar, disc brake conversion up front, brake lines are done. Frame's been coated. It came with a new bushing set. Doors look like they were come off of something else as far as the body line holes being a little different than the quarter panels. Quarter panels were botched back here, but I have a buddy of mine who does body work who's going to be putting some Nomad rear fenders on it to try and, well, to replace this section, but also to raise the fender wells on it because I've always hated the factory fender wells. Someone's redone the splash pan. There's a trunk full of parts, as well as the car being full of parts. A lot of chrome. A lot of chrome's in better shape than the Nomad's chrome. Whoever scabbed this in done a pretty poor job, but we'll get all that fixed. Ultimately, it's going to be a solid car. Look forward to it. I just got to get it unloaded.
So it is the following day. Got the car unloaded off the trailer, got it tarped up because there's no glass in it, and the weather's been hit and miss here. And also, I'm not really sure how the floor pans are to begin with. I don't really want to get them wet and rust them out anymore if they are messed up. That's, I guess, going to be for the next time I record, trying to get it emptied out in here. You can't tell much, but I've gotten quite a bit moved, put most of the metal back on that truck, hauled a lot of stuff outside, and I've still got all of this mess in front of me, minus the engines to move. And at that point, I'll see about trying to move the Nomad to one side and getting the 55 two-door in on the other side, get all the parts emptied out of it, and take a look at the floor pans. Because like I said, I got a short glimpse of them. They were covered with crap by that time. The guy had already filled the car up with parts. I wasn't going to try and unload it all there, even though he offered to help me do it. I didn't really feel like it. Crawled under the car and looked, and they seemed solid. Somebody's done some minor patching here and there, but otherwise the metal looked to be all in good shape. So I guess this next time around, we'll see about trying to get it in here, get everything emptied out, and take a look at them, as well as a couple other points such as the trunk metal and how the underside of the dash looks. But I mean, regardless, it's ours now, so if it's bad, we'll just fix it, I guess. If you've lasted this long in the video, I appreciate it, and I guess I'll see you next time.